Hey everyone, Pastor Nathan here. We're continuing praying together through the book of Psalms, using the Psalms as a way of entering into prayer with our God, whether through the theme of the Psalm, the words of the Psalm, or a combination of the two. And today we're in Psalm 141. There are 10 verses in Psalm 141, and the middle section there, verses 3 and 4, is really powerful, but we'll get to that in a minute. The context of this particular prayer is that David, once again, is having some troubles, and he's calling upon the Lord to come and to answer his prayer quickly. So we'll start in verses 1 through 4. O Lord, I call upon you, hasten to me. Give ear to my voice when I call to you. Let my prayer be counted as incense before you, as the lifting up of my hands, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. David's saying, Lord, I'm not really in a position to do these things right now, but listen to me as if I were doing those things, as if I were coming into your presence in the prescribed manner or the prescribed way. And that's a powerful prayer in and of itself, that he is saying, Lord, I'd ask that you would, listen to this prayer as if, I'm putting behind it these things, the incense and the burning of the sacrifice. Because I'm in real trouble here. Verses 3 and 4. He's in so much trouble, in fact, that he prays these words. Set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth. Keep watch over the door of my lips. Do not let my heart incline to any evil, to busy myself with wicked deeds, in company with men who work iniquity, and let me not eat of their delicacies. He's in trouble because he's pressed so hard that he may be tempted to forsake his God, to say things that are not true of God, and to go about doing things that do not reflect his God. And I love that verse 3, set a guard, O Lord, over my mouth, keep watch over the door of my lips. I mean, when we are going into a situation where we are afraid that we're going to say something or do something that is not reflective of God, that is not pleasing to him, sometimes it's helpful to be reminded to pray to God. Set a guard, O Lord, over my lips. Keep watch over the door of my lips. That God would not let me say something unintentionally or intentionally that would be displeasing to him or hurt the people around me. Do not let my heart incline to any evil, to busy myself with wicked deeds in the company with men who work iniquity, and let me not eat of their delicacies. Like, Lord, sometimes what they do looks really good, and sometimes I just want to do those things that the people around me are doing, or as we could say, fight fire with fire, if you wanted to put it that way. He does not want to do that. He wants to be a reflection of God, even if what comes next. Verses 5 through 7. Let a righteous man strike me. It's a kindness. Let him rebuke me. It is oil for my head. Let my head not refuse it. Verse 5 here is just a reminder that, if we're being rebuked by people who love us and who love God and want us to follow him, David's saying, look, this is a whole lot better than what I'm facing right now, than being rebuked by those who are evil. Yet my prayer is continually against their evil deeds. This is once again David saying, look, the people that are doing this evil in the land or evil against me, my prayer is against their evil deeds. But I don't want to partake of their evil deeds in order to combat them. Verse 6, when their judges are thrown over the cliff, then they shall hear my words, for they are pleasant. David's saying, look, once their leaders are gone, once the leaders of the enemies are gone, then people might be willing to listen to me and ostensibly to God through him, to God's words, and to do what is just and right in the land. Finally, in verse 7, when one plows and breaks up the earth, so shall our bones be scattered at the mouth of Sheol. David's saying, look, I don't want to say or do anything that's against my God, even if my bones are scattered at the mouth of death. Even if this should ultimately end in my bodily ruin, I do not want to forsake my God. verse 8, 9, and 10. But here's where his confidence lies then in the midst of this challenging situation. But my eyes are toward you, O God, my Lord. In you I seek refuge. Leave me not defenseless. Keep me from the trap that they have laid for me, from the snares of evildoers. Let the wicked fall into their own nets while I pass by safely. The only reason David can be this confident is because his eyes are on his God, the Lord, in whom he seeks refuge. He is so confident in his God that he wants to continue to reflect him into the world, even though it might be more expedient just to, as I said before, fight fire with fire, or to use the tools of the world to fight worldly battles. David is pleading with the Lord, keep the trap that they have laid for me. Keep me from the trap that they've laid for me and from the snares of the evildoers. If you remember from last time around, Psalm 140, David's prayer was against those who continually go about doing those kinds of things, setting up traps for the sake of setting up traps, ensnaring people, sowing the seeds of discord and violence in their communities and for the people around them, and even committing violence. David is again saying here, Lord, keep me from that. But as he said in verse 3 and 4, but more importantly, keep me from, being tempted to say and do things that are not pleasing to you in order to partake of the quote-unquote delicacies of the wicked. So anyhow, hope that's helpful for you as you're following your Lord and Savior Jesus today. Take care, and we'll talk again soon.